Hey, let's hope we're not dead. And I'm hearing myself. Ew. All right. No stress whatsoever. No scuff in this house. Don't worry about me. I don't know what scuff means because I'm a perfectionist and I never mess up. Hello. I've been up since 6 a.m. so I might not last the whole stream. I mean, that's fine. Go to bed, girl. Like, what are you? Why are you even up at this point? I don't know. Hello, Fishula. Hello, Twig. Hello, Aster. Hello, Konata. How are you all doing? I'm out here struggling with the scuff as usual, you know? Like, for some reason, I was taking a screenshot so I could show you guys what was going on with my model 2 seconds before I came in because my mouth was not mouthing. Like, something was off with this and I didn't know what to do about it. I had to change the tracking method. Maybe the iPhone is overheating. That could be a thing. Anyways, hopefully we last the stream, you know. She came like a wrecking ball. Yes, that's me. That's what I do. I show up into your life and you just have to deal with it. Like, can't help you. You kind of stuck with me. Let me just resize everything because life is rough out here, you know? Like, we're trying our best. Anyways, how is everybody? How were your days? Did you have a good day? Did you work today? I am proud to say that I worked. Yeah. I mean, I didn't really have a choice. I got a phone call and I did call back. I missed it, obviously, but I called back and I was asked for some stuff for like some number things, accounting stuff, and I produced some invoices today and I answered messages and I feel very, very proud of myself, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's me. I do work sometimes. I'm just saying. Life is rough, man. Oh, wow, you're coming in with the violet, I see. Like, I see how it is. And what do you mean, why are you starting now? I was listening to Akana Matata. You just go sing in your room and leave me alone then, Aster. What's wrong with you? Also, did you guys know, in case you missed it, Vector was streaming yesterday? I'm just saying. He was striving. It was, you know, very offended that people blew up his brains. But very calm saying it, though. It was very entertaining to listen to. It was great, you know. This week is so busy. I need to do so much tomorrow, even though I did so much today. I don't know how you live your life that way. Like, I cannot. I was talking to Twig the other day. I'm like, I'm the most like vanilla person when it comes to work. It's Monday to Friday, 8:30 to 4. I do not want to know anything about work outside of these hours. I ain't doing anything extra. Like, I was kind of offended because a coworker called me at 4:09 on my personal cell phone to ask me a question. And I felt kind of tilted. Knowing I didn't do as much as I could have today, I answered, but I was feeling some type of way about it. Like, you do not call me after 4. It's not a thing. Just the fact that you have my number is already like a problem for me. But you know, since I do miss my calls, I will make an exception. But la dang, okay. Been grinding an old MMO that got reopened. Ooh, that sounds fun. Which one is it? He was striving. He played Strive. I mean, he could. I would love to see Vector play some fighting games. I would like to watch Vector play anything that would be mold inducing. I want to know how like polite he would be about it. It would be so great. Can I weave up in here, or is this a real tech stream kind of deal? I mean, it depends what you mean by weebing it up, you know? We're just chatting, maybe like, you know, being nosy, gossip a bit. We're chilling out here. We're just sipping the tea. How you doing? Welcome in. It's the freelancer life, always on 30 projects. Ooh, that sounds... I mean, I'm not trashing on what you do, and that's not what I'm doing, Twig, but I just know that my person would not handle this really well. I could not do that at all, you know? Me love the how dare me love the Twig. You cannot be doing this, Twig, like not allowed this, okay? Philip, hello, how you doing? Welcome in. Aika Online. I've heard the name. Not sure I played it. I mean, I'm sure I haven't played it, but I've heard the name before. But also Thanksgiving prep. Oh, since we're hosting this year. Oh, that sounds like a big deal. I know Thanksgiving is a big deal in the States. What's the tea this week, Mona? Oh, I got a list. We gotta talk about it. I was gonna ask what I should read for light novels while I wait for the next year to drop the animes I want. I will have to say that sadly, I'm not a light novel person. I watch anime, I read manga. It has been a while since I have though. But light novels were never a thing for me. I guess they just weren't around me when I was growing up. I had manga at the library, and I would like borrow them and that, but I sadly cannot give you more on that, and I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry to disappoint out here, you know. She is trashing on what you're doing, Twig. No, I'm not. Stop it. She called it not trashing to not make you feel. How dare? How dare? A whole L is it? Is it? Wait, what? Huh? Yeah, like novels are hard to come across if you're of lesser means. I mean, it can be that, but I mean, they were just not around me growing up. Like, I feel like anybody can find them online and stuff. And I saw, like, I was feeling all like, oh, I got the motivation to learn Japanese. So when I was in Japan, I considered buying one so I could like study with it, but I was like, I ain't gonna do that. I bought one manga and I'm still like on page 5, so like I don't think that would have worked out for me, you know. If you haven't read Hakomari, go for it. Yeah, Aster is the resident knowledgeable person when it comes to light novels, so he probably has good recommendations about it. Well, if it isn't always the one from, oh, stop it, Red. You're gonna make me blush. That's not nice. Like, I'm trying to seem very calm and composed here, okay? Aw, dang. A whole list. I can't, I'm still trying. List. Oh, okay. I was trying to figure out what you were trying to say. And yes, I'm not good at that. Last time I was reading books was quite a few years ago. I was in a mood. I used to read a lot as a kid, and especially in high school. And then after that, life got busy, you know? It's just, you get less and less time, you know? I really only read some of the mainstream ones, not that big of a nerd. You're a bigger nerd than I am, for sure, Aster. Is it finished, or am I gonna end up in another ReZero situation? It is finished. See, Aster hates the stuff that's not finished. You can get along on that front, you know? I don't mind watching something as it's coming out, but I will struggle, and I like to theorize about where it's gonna go while it's coming out. As for manga, I used to read whole series back in the day, but I haven't done that in quite a while. But yeah. I will ask Aster for recommendations whenever I have time. Aster has been pestering me to read freaking Umineko, and I'm so sorry. I don't read, so like I've been like slacking on that, but I promise I will read it at some point, okay? Still waiting for Danmachi, Sword Oratoria, and Bookworm Ascendants. I have heard of Danmachi, if anything. And it's all available on archive.org. Oh, you even got like the sauce. Like, dang, Aster, like you're professional out here. Anyways, let's see. So, what did I want to talk about today? It's like there's nothing really planned out here. We're just chilling. We're just chatting. If you guys want to talk about stuff, we can talk about it. But yeah, there's some stuff I just don't know enough to talk about. Like, I know there's some drama going on with Mappa, and that probably the last episode that's coming out of Jujutsu Kaisen is probably the last one because they don't want to go back to work because they're overworked and they got like 50,000 projects to take care of at the same time and they're tired. And I feel I feel very bad for them. I don't understand when a franchise like is doing so much money for a studio. Like, why are they taking so many projects at once? Like, just take like the top ones and pay the people, you know? Just leave the people alone. Why can you not pay them like they're supposed to be paid for? Companies, they don't change apparently. Wait, what did I miss? So you can get it for free without any shady stuff. Oh, we love that. Nanmachi, I highly recommend on general principles as both anime and light novel and manga. Okay, alright, that's a good recommendation, I guess. I read the first few volumes of Nanmachi. It's pretty good, but yes, nice list you got there. Do give Hakomari a try. Animating hard, yo. Like, yeah, you're animating stuff, but you also need to feed your family out here. Can we pay people? Is it too much to ask? Like, what is this, you know? Have you watched Chainsaw Man? I have started the anime. I got spoiled on some stuff on Twitter. And then it was back when I was doing Chainsaw Man was one of the only show I was fully reacting to on this channel. You can find this somewhere hidden under all the videos of this channel. I was trying to do reactions, but I realized I was like burning out, so I took a break, and one day I might go back to it, but we'll see. But I haven't seen anything past the episode after my last reaction, which was like 7 or 8, something like that. How did I feel about it though? I think I liked it. I'm the type to start something and not finish it. It's not because I don't like it, but I get busy with other things and I forget. Like, I think I have like maybe 3 episodes of like Oshinoko to watch. I still haven't done that. It's been months. Like, I don't know why. And I enjoyed the show. I just never finished. But Asta did read the manga and was telling me about it, and I was like, dang. I mean, it didn't spoil anything, but I'm like, dang. Let me just catch up on Twitch. One light novel people are probably sleeping on is Another World with a Smartphone. The anime is trash. They like to do that to light novels and manga, but the light novels are 10/10. Is that like a situation like Sword Art Online where people actually like the light novel, but the anime went weird ways? I've got up all the way to volume 28 and I have no regrets. Like, how big are light novels? Because, I mean, I have whole series of mangas, but, like, I would read, like, 10 in a day. But I feel like light novels are longer. Like, how long are they to have, like, 28 volumes? That seems like a really, really big story. Anime artists need to be more supported, both financially and emotionally. Facts. See, as a manga is wild. It's so good. That's what you've been telling me. So I might pick it up, but I honestly feel like I've got no time these days in my life, and I struggle to like have times for my hobbies because, like, you know, one of my hobbies is streaming, but it's also where I spend my time. And then by the time I'm done streaming for the week, I feel like I have no time for like random other hobbies, and I don't regret it. I enjoy it, but like I need to manage my time better to find time to go back to my roots, which was binging anime, reading manga and stuff. I really need to like figure myself out, you know? Like, why do I have to have a life outside of streaming, huh? Why? See, if I was doing it like full time, I wouldn't have to worry about it, okay? And then we could talk about it on stream, like a weekly review of whatever we read or watched this week, you know? 120 to 160 pages is a volume on average. An EPUB is average 200 to 250 on my phone, so about 5,000 pages on a phone. Oh, I don't think I would want to read it on a phone. That's also one of my struggles. Even when I was reading a lot of manga, I usually liked to have the paper version. And also, I mean, for some weird reason that my brain cannot comprehend, I do everything in English. I watch anime with English subs and stuff, but when it comes to physical books, I only like reading them in French for some reason. Like, when it's in English, there's a disconnect. I feel like English is for PC and then French is for paper. It's such a weird thing in my brain, and I cannot separate it for some reason. I don't know. Well, my business with a meme currency. Oh no, not like this. Not like this. That hurts. This is pickle pain. Like, dang, bro, don't do that. I don't want to cry with you like that. Like, dang. Sorry, got thirsty. Wait, what I miss? They truly are the one culture exporter in Japan, and not protecting them would weaken Japan's culturally powerhouse. Like, for real, it's such a big thing. Most of the world knows Japan for this. Why you messing them up like that? Like, take care of them. They're good for you, bro. Petition to make Mana quit streaming so she can I will figure out a schedule, I promise. I promise, bro. What's the life outside of streaming? Who needs to touch grass, right? Grass is ew. And especially right now, there's barely gonna be any grass available for me to touch these days. Winter's coming, so like it's not happening. And I'm like, it's been snowing these days, and I don't know how to feel because it's the weird snow where it doesn't stay more than a day. But now I don't know how to dress myself. Like, I have like 3 different coats that I like alternate between, and I'm like, bro, what are we doing? If you need a resource, I got a set where there's several hundred Ellen series in EPUB or PDF format. Well, the thing is, I don't want to promise I'm gonna read anything before I read Mineko, because if I don't, then Ash is gonna murder me. So, you know, I will take note of it. Like, if you know what it is, like, you can write it like Aster did, like, just don't put like a link, but you can let me know what it is, and I'll probably look it up. But I will not promise on stream because I will get murdered. Like, Aster will not have it. Okay. Yes, winter is coming, Aster. Yeah, I know what you're doing there. Server Alcyon. Is that what I'm supposed to be reading? I will look this up. Can you note it down for me, Aster, please? Thank you. Is it it has light novel on that? I know Aster gave me that website to download movies. Me? No, doing illegal things? Never. I would never. Who said that? Like, who was saying something like that? That's sacrilegious. Pirating stuff? We don't know this. I will keep it in mind. Thank you, Viking. Yeah, thank you. And I'm pretty sure I said your name wrong. But now I know that I should just call you Viking. That's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah, there was other things. There were other things I noticed on the Twitters, the VTuber Twitters of this world, you know. And one of them, there was a whole drama the other day. So let me try and recap that the best I can. Also, there was drama because someone talked about it. So I ain't gonna name names. If you know, you know. If not, it is what it is. But let's say that someone, an artist on Twitter, decides to make their own model. And they have a special tail. They're a ghost cat. And the cat tail is a ghost with a face on it. And the ears have the little fluff that's like ghosts coming out and stuff. And then, this twig. So I've been following this for days. I can't. So, then everybody likes and retweets the thing on Twitter, as people do. But then it comes to drama because apparently she got a DM from someone saying that it was a closed species or something. So apparently you cannot have a ghost tail with a face because it's like closed. I don't know much about it. I'm just like, that's kind of dumb, but okay. So it was a whole drama because of that. But the girl also exposed the DM, but she did not like blur the person's name. So, people were like, why do you not do that? So she got hate for it. So, and then the person that said it was a closed species got some hate for this as well. I'm just like, all right. I thought it was over. And then lo and behold, the other day, was it Friday, Saturday? I don't know. I was on my PC. I noticed a bigger streamer I know streaming about it and saying like, I guess if I have some fault to find in this situation is that she did a very clickbaity thumbnail and title for her stream. Like, I don't think I haven't watched the whole thing, so I'm not trying to get canceled out here, but I don't think she was being mean or impartial in this, because after that I was like, okay, she made a stream about it and did not think anything about it. I know exactly who, as you should. If you're up to date with the tea, you know who we're talking about, okay? And then while she was streaming, I noticed that there was that girl, she tweeted that she just woke up and she realized like VTuber News were talking about her, and when she popped into the stream, they were talking to the person that DM'd her to like not use the tail and stuff, and they were taking her side and blah blah blah, and she felt betrayed and hurt and whatnot. I don't know. She was being very, very not happy about it. And then after that, people started piling on the bigger VTuber as well, because they're like, oh, how dare you do this to this person? And it became a whole mess that had no place to exist to begin with. Like, there was no reason for this to happen, and then it just went to trash so fast. And I was like, people made this such a big issue for no reason. The only fault I really found with the bigger VTuber was just the thumbnail and title. Like, I'm like, you didn't have to do all that. Wait, I'm a bit lost. Where are you lost? What did you miss, Aster? You gotta keep up with the tea. Wait, you didn't catch any of that. Like, I see how it is, Aster. I see. AKA, person A makes a design. Person B goes tell them, you can't do that. It's a closed species. Person 3, big VTuber, streams about it and makes a thumbnail saying, did this VTuber steal steal a model design or something like that? Like, very, very clickbaity, you know? No, she's not. And then after that, a person A is like, oh, I feel betrayed. People did not ask me my opinion. And then they're talking about me and they're taking the side of the other person that was gatekeeping and blah, 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 blah. So it's like, because honestly, after she shared the DMs, I thought the situation was over anyways. Most people were like, that's just dumb, do what you want. And I thought it was over. But since the bigger VTuber did the stream about it, then it got popularity and everybody was like, oh my god, how dare you do that to her? Or like, grow up, it's not this or that. Because I think at some point in the stream, the bigger VTuber said something like, oh, I think when the person A grows a little bit and like learns, she'll know how to handle the internet a bit better, blah, blah, blah. And then the person A took it as like, she just told me like to grow up and blah, 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 but I have issues, people have a lot of issues on Twitter. So it just came off really bad. I think it was more of a wording issue than an actual issue. I mean, I don't think there was an actual issue in the whole situation. It was just very interesting to read about it. I was like, and then the thing is, it just never ends. Like, it's been going on for like a week at this point, and I'm just like, but why? Like, I feel like this situation should have been over quite a while ago. So do we need to keep going about this? I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't, but it's not me, and I'm not getting involved. Wait, so person A made design, person B was gatekeeping them, person C was commenting on it and clickbaited person A being an idiot. Yeah, and people are clowning on person A and C, but nobody clowning on B. I think B got some hate, but not as much as the other two, to be honest. And from what I've seen, I didn't see much going on there. Like, I have never seen them post anything or anybody talking about them or any coach retreats or anything. So I guess they got away with it the best out of the 3 people involved in this story. So yeah, imagine I go around hunting all Egyptian themes and VTuber like, oh my gosh, you're not really Egyptian. Which brings me to like another subject that is kind of spicy, to be honest, but I'm not gonna get into. I'm not, you know. See, that's one of the good things about being a smaller VTuber. Ain't nobody watching that. Yeah, it's very good. Sounds like everyone involved are clowns. Kinda. I mean, I don't want to say like that. Like, I feel like person A is the. I mean, it's not their fault, but I mean, they could have kept it quiet. There was no reason to, like, you know, share the DM to begin with, and then nothing would have happened in any way, shape, or form. Oh, but there was some things in the bigger VTuber stream YouTube comments, because I went to the comments after. You know, I like my tea all hot. I like to have all the details. Apparently, someone else knows person A. And one of the issues with their model, apparently, is that they did a commission for someone else, and then they stole elements, allegedly, they stole some elements of their client's model and put it on theirs. That was also an issue that was brought up, but nobody really talked about it. So the issue is not just that she took the tail and the stuff as a closed species. She just pasted them, like, from the commission she did for someone else, she pasted it on top of hers after doing it for a client. So it was kind of like, you know, it's a bit icky. Like, I mean, stole elements, as you said. It's not stealing, but like, I can understand how if it would be like, imagine like I commissioned my model and then my model mama comes out with her model and she looks like almost identical to me, like with the specific things I ask her for. I'd be feeling some type of way about it. Like, it's like, you didn't steal anything, but it's kind of weird, you know? I would get hung by my ears in a public square. Oh yeah, you'd be done. If you're an artist and you make the design, you got the right to use it. Sure, it's still an asshole, but it's still your right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can do it, but I mean, don't complain if people find it a bit iffy. Type of thing is what I'm thinking about it. But yeah, that brings me. There was a whole drama like a week or two about voice acting and stuff. I think I talked about it on stream too, but then there was like some more development, because it's the whole thing, like, if you're not the race of the character, you should not be able to voice act for them. And I'm very confused by that concept personally. I'm like, what? Isn't that the whole point of acting? Like, I don't understand why these days everything that comes to acting is becoming so, like, you have to be exactly what you're acting. But I feel like that loses the whole purpose of it. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean, you know? 1 second. Like, my model is, like, getting lower and lower for some reason. So let me just, you know? Oh, yeah. All right. You know the Yoruichi actress you mentioned? She voiced Kimberly in the English version. I wouldn't be surprised. She has been getting a lot of good roles. And, I mean, good for you, like, girl. Just go for it. Get that dough. Like, anybody getting that bag, I'm happy for them in this world. I ain't ever gonna complain. But apparently there was one person, you know, in my drama, in my tea time, we ain't naming anybody. If you know, you know, and that's about it. But there's, like, one big voice actor. Wait, oh, welcome in, Driftical Race. How you doing? I think if the voice fits the character, then that's what's called facts. That I fully agree with that. So I don't understand why we need to make it like, if you're not the race of the character, you can't play it. So there was one voice actor that was very vocal with that last situation with the Yoruichi person, and that has been very vocal about, like, you know, the casting of people in the past few years. And he was pretty much agreeing that they have to be the same race and whatnot. whatever that means. And then after that, he got mad on Twitter. I mean, he was sad posting on Twitter that his manager told him he couldn't have any other type of role than his race, because they're looking like, let's say that he's I mean, no, I'm not trying to like expose people, but let's say he was black, and it's like, no, they're looking for a black person for a black character. You can't audition for the other roles because they need to be whatever race the character is. And then he was sad / mad posting about it on Twitter, and people were just dunking on him. You're like, weren't you the one, like, wanting this? You were one of the people complaining about that, but now that it affects you, now you have a problem with it. Like, and then he deleted the tweet because, of course. But it's like, you gotta give the same energy, bro. Like, you can't tell me you're gonna be like, oh yeah, we need, I don't remember what's the word for it, but there's a specific word for casting per race. And I'm like, bro, what are we doing? I just found it very interesting to watch. And I mean, I got nothing to lose. I'm not a voice actor, so I'm not gonna be one that, I need to advocate for X, Y, and Z. It's out of my realm. And honestly, I just watched anime, and in anime, I watch it subbed, and I'm pretty sure everybody is Japanese in the cast, whether they look black or not. I mean, I think new voice actors from other races are starting to pop up, but they're very rare in the Japanese industry. So, I mean, I ain't gonna base myself on that either, Oh, everybody! Hello, how you been? I've been good. How have you been? Have you been making good music, wonderful music like you do? Anybody just reminded that they're super, super talented, and you may want to commission them for mixing and stuff or writing songs? They're pretty amazing. I love how we're forgetting the acting portion of casting. I can't understand. Like, I think I was feeling some type of way when it was about real roles, like not for race. I mean, if in a real people show with, like, actors, the role is supposed to be black, like don't paint someone black. Don't do that. That's not good. We don't want it. But when it comes to, like, their orientation and everything, like, I mean, we just want someone that will be able to portray the role the best way possible. That's all we ask. So what do we need to be, like, very specific about it? Oh, wait, I feel like I saw outrage recently. Oh, wait, let me catch up and I'll talk about it. I got flu this week. No, been getting better. 2 days ago, I wasn't able to walk. Like, dang, take care of yourself. Drink a lot of water. Drink like the mom medicine. They're disgusting, but they work, I swear. I hate it, but I know that when I'm sick, I gotta call my mom. She gave me a portion of potion out here, and it works, okay? Like, I think it comes to whether or not the role is, like, demeaning. Yeah, I think you need to have some thought process behind it, but it doesn't mean that you can't have just the right actor for the right role. As long as, like, the race is not part of the character. Like, if you're telling me that it's a movie about, like, slavery or something, and a slave that escaped something, well, yeah, the race of the person might matter here. Like, you can't really, like, I think I was talking about that to you, Aster, but, like, Django, you can't just have a random Mexican playing Django. Like, it wouldn't fit the story. It's part of the story, okay? I don't think I've ever researched what the voice actors look like after watching an anime or a show. Facts. I want to keep that separation since the actor is only providing the voice. Yeah, I like to know a voice actor for their voice. I know Lelouch's voice anywhere. Do I know his face? I don't. Have I seen him in all sorts of characters? Yes. And I'm like, oh, that's Lelouch's voice, or that's what, like, what's his name? Dio. Like, Dio's voice is very known. Like, it's him, and, like, them for their work. It has nothing to do with what that man looks like. I still don't know what he looks like either. Like, or a lot of characters are voiced by girls in anime because, like, it's young boys and stuff. I don't know what they look like, and I don't care. Their voice is very iconic, and I love them. I am a hardcore sip for voice actors, can rarely remember their faces. Yeah, that's all about the craft that we love. We love their skills at voice acting. That's what we want to hear more of. Like, we don't care what they look like as long as the job is done properly. But yeah, there was some outrage I saw on Twitter. I mean, Twitter is such a great place for tea when you're bored, And there's some outrage for the casting for Avatar. The Last Airbender, the Netflix series that they're doing. Honestly, I was pretty happy with their choice for Aang. Was it Aang? Aang, sorry, I said that wrong. Aang, it looked fine. And I was like, okay, most of the casting is looking pretty cool, And then they had like, burn dude sister. I forget all the names right now. My brain is not braining. Like, people were not happy because she looked the same, and I was like, yeah, she doesn't look like the part, but we'll take it. Maybe the acting is doing. The acting is acting, But then they came out with like some of the tribe bosses and stuff, and like one of them, people are like, why is he so white? And they're like complaining about it. But then my man is indigenous, but they're like, but now people are complaining that it's not the right type of indigenous though. Is supposed to be Inuit, but like he's not. He's another type from Canada apparently. So it doesn't really fit the role because this is not what they were based on. And I'm like, mom, man, are we really gonna complain about the type? My dude looks the part. And honestly, the picture they put on the poster was like not helping him because he looked honestly, quote unquote, whiter than he is. Like on other pictures, you can clearly see he's indigenous, but people are complaining that he's not the right type now. But are there like 50,000 actors that fit the role that are Inuit? Like, are there that many to choose from? Like, I'm like, are we being that picky now? Is that what we're doing? Like, yeah, Vox Actors Power is their name. That's what we see. Facts right there. Like, Utkakio, Blackbeard, Uvo. Oh, yes, he's very good. Yeah, Giga Chad. I don't need to know his face to know my man's a Giga Chad. Facts right there. Why is this supposed to be Inuit? Like, why is this fictional place supposed to be Inuit? Apparently, this is what it is inspired from, so it should be what the actor is exactly to the T. And I'm like, it's an acting job. It's an acting job. And they went out of their way to actually find a lot of different indigenous people to play all the characters. But there's one of them that they don't like. So Twitter is having a whole meltdown over it. And I'm like, bro, my man looks just fine. And they're supposed to be in it, but they all have blue eyes. So they're not exactly supposed to be exactly the same. It's all right, people. Like, calm down. It's gonna be okay. I don't know. The world is in such a weird place these days. Like, can we not just enjoy things for what they are? Like, especially fiction these days. I'm like, dang. Like, this man has done nothing wrong, but he's getting canceled because he got casted for a role. And I'm like, I could not be an actor or in this type of industry these days. I feel like, in my case, I would get typecasted. I would only be able to get roles where I fit the color, which I don't think that's what actors go to school and become an actor for. And then after that, there's the weird swaps that people are doing everywhere. There's like there's the new Mean Girls. See, I guess I'm being extremely controversial today, but I'm like, the new Mean Girls doesn't look good. I don't like it. What's going on? Like, I'm like, I think I watched a girl that she does like costume design, and like she had like she really liked the costume design in Mean Girls, like the old one. She like studied it, and she had a whole interview with the costume designer and like person that did the movie, and she really likes it. And after just seeing the trailer, she was like, what is going on? There was such work given into like the outfits in Mean Girls. Like, she was like, if you see Regina George, she was always wearing like some pink, but she always had like a black element to make it like, so you have a hint that she's not right, she's not nice and all that. It was really thought out and stuff. And then when you look at the trailer, you're like, what are they wearing? They're supposed to be like fashion icons and stuff. Like, what's going on here? I don't know. I feel like it's okay to leave things alone. Apparently, this is a musical because there's been a Mean Girls musical, but like, Mean Girls is so great. Wait, they're making you want. They are. Imagine going to an audition. They let you do your audition, and they're like, well, you act well. But Darko walks up and opens the Pantone booklet to your face to make sure you're the right tone. I mean, that's what it looks like it's gonna turn into these days, honestly. Not gonna lie. Your remakes suck. They do. I mean, apparently this is the musical. Apparently they've been a musical on Broadway for a while, and I think it's the actress from the musical that is in the movie musical situation. I think they called it Mean Girl, the movie, the musical. That's the title. I'm not here. You're not here. I don't see anything, Mystic. I want people to make new IPs. I want new things to hyperfix it on. Facts. I want new shows. Leave the old things alone. Leave them be. Like, I'm tired of the remakes. I think like they're really like working my patience these days. Like, I'd like to go see a movie and be, wow, that was a movie. That was different. This is not something I've seen 50,000 times over, and this is not a remake. But for some reason, they can't keep their hands off of it. And you know, I talked about this the other week, where they're pushing the Snow White remake after all the drama that happened, and now we're gonna have CGI dwarves instead of whoever crew of people they got the last time. And it's like, I don't know. Just leave the movie alone. Some things don't need to have an adaptation. Just leave it be, okay? 9 times out of 10 remakes are horrible. Facts. Hello, Eggs. How you doing? How was your day? Oh yeah, the CGI dwarves look unsettling. Like, unsettling is the perfect word for this. Like, you look at them and you're like, I feel uncomfortable. What's going on here? I'm definitely not watching this. I will say again, I think one of the first quote-unquote remake or live-action remake that I saw, and the only one I actually like, is Cinderella. It was before all the craziness, and it was just good. And I mean, Cinderella has been done in a movie form so many times that, you know, we're used to it. But it was just so good. It was such a nice twist on the story. It was refreshing. If they did all the Disney movies like that, I wouldn't be complaining today. But for some reason, they went completely south with it, and I'm like, what the hell happened there? My day was good. Thanks for asking. Of course. We gotta check. We're just chatting. We're chilling out here. Cinderella is my favorite. Her dress was so beautiful. It was actors and actresses I didn't know. Same. I had never heard of anybody, but it did such a great job, and it was great. And yes, the dress was gorgeous, and I loved the story. It was good. And then after that, it was a whole decline. I don't know. They went weird ways with everything, and I guess they had to hire very well-known people for most things. Whereas with Cinderella, they just went with whoever fit the role for the story, and it was good. Actually, I want to rewatch it. I haven't rewatched it since the first time I watched it. I've only watched it once, and I know it's good, and I love it. So I should add it to like movie night at some point. Torture everybody else, you know, my harem in the movie night. I'm sure they'll enjoy it, you know. Oh, by the way, we're watching A Silent Night tomorrow for movie night, so be there if you want to get some depression sprinkled in your life. And yeah, I don't know. I just have so many thoughts about movies. Like, I rarely watch movies to begin with. Silent Voice. Did I say night? Whoopsie-doo. See, that's why Asta's here to correct my words. But yeah, I don't watch movies to begin with. I don't really watch real people things. Like, I don't watch shows. Like, I don't watch like things like The Office or Community and all these things. I have one sister that's very much into all of these, but I've never been into it. I'm not into sitcoms and whatnot. I watch anime. I'm a weeb, and I'm okay like that. So then when I just get out of my cocoon sometimes to watch a movie, and then I'm like, what was that? Like, why is this here? Why am I torturing myself right now? Are usually the questions I have for myself, and I'm like, getting back into gremlin mode, gonna binge watch some anime in my room, or Korean dramas. I will give Korean dramas are great. I guess in the real people things that I watch, Korean dramas. The latest one I watched was The Glory. It was on Netflix, so it was convenient for me to put on my TV. And no, I don't pay for Netflix. I use my sister's, but I will say that was a good one. That was a good watch. I love like thriller. I love revenge stories and stuff. And I thought it was really well done. An actress I had not seen in a long time. Korean dramas, like, they get my pass on that. See, they don't have all the trouble of typecasting. When you see a foreigner in a in a Korean drama, it's so funny because you can tell that they're so happy to be there because they get to say their one line in the Korean they've been practicing forever, and like they're usually some type of villain. It's very rare that you see a foreigner in a Korean drama and they're not a bad person. They're usually just supposed to be bad. Like, either the person that they run into and they're like, oh, sorry, and they're like, oh my god, I don't speak English. Or they're a thug of some sorts, and to me, it's always hilarious. Or they're always like, you know, stereotypical playing basket. But that's always in Japanese drama. Black people be playing basket in all the dramas, and I personally think it's absolutely hilarious. It's like, what? Like, I know we're going for the stereotypes here, but like, what? Did we need to bring the basketball? Did we though? Did we? But it's all right. I've never felt like it was like, disrespectful. But that's my point of view. And if it's not everybody's point of view, it's all right, Let's see one second. Oh yeah, I have some more drama, but it's not real drama. It's just thoughts. Like I remember maybe almost a year ago, there was some big drama on Twitter. Surprise, I know. But there was someone that made a whole post about saying that if you want to be a VTuber, here is a thread of what you need to do to to succeed and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. And one of these steps was that drama on Twitter. I know I've never had that before. They were saying that if you want to be a VTuber and if you want to succeed, you have to use a XLR mic. Like you can't use a USB mic because they're all trash, and you should get an XLR mic. Don't waste your time. And then a lot of people were, offended because honestly, sure, I can agree that an XLR mic is probably better than a USB one, but first, it's not that like they're absolute trash. There are trash ones, but like I started with a USB mic and I only recently switched, and it was doing me well. It was a great mic and I loved it, and it was in my budget. Because people were like, okay, but not everybody can spend on that. Like, and even if you can, if you're just starting off your streaming career, do you really want to start by spending all your money on the equipment when you don't even know if you're gonna like it? You gotta test the waters first. Like, you don't need to have like a headset mic that is like scratchy and everything. But even if you can find a good headset mic, I know some VTubers that are using headset mics because you can hear it. And they're doing just fine. Like, it's not about that. But anyways, people were trashing on them. People were like, you're trash, you're trash, you're trash. Like, you don't need to spend to be a VTuber. It was a big old thing. But my girl survived through the storm. And she went on about her day. And she's still around. I see her around sometime. I wonder what I'd sound like with a real mic. I don't know. I think you're just like projecting your throat into your PC, so I don't know what it would really sound like if you did that vector. I don't know. Like, it would be a little bit of an upgrade if you went for a USB, but I don't know, bro. But recently I've been seeing her around because she's some type of like a VTuber manager on top of it. So like she was saying that as someone that manages people, and it's like, is that what she's telling a client? We don't know. But now I see her and she's managing a lot of like quite bigger people. So I'm like, I guess people forget and then they start over. And I just find that very interesting. Like, I kind of observe Twitter, and it's such a weird ecosystem of things that go on, and I'm very happy to just be on the sidelines. I never really want to get involved, but it's like Twitter is weird. I gotta go to bed since I have to be up at 3 a.m. Ew, for work. I'll see you tomorrow for movie night. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for being there. Fish you sleep well tonight. Sweet dreams. But yeah, I feel like I've been here for a little bit of 2 years. Yeah, I got my Throne email. Oh, you're part of the 2-year gang. Like, who cares, Throne? Leave me alone. Like, it's not my birthday or anything. Anyways, but I've been around for 2 years, and I've seen so many people come and go, and so many people like linger. Like, there's some people that like have some like exposed video or exposed Google Docs with tweet longer happen to them, and then you forget they exist because they go hide, and then they come back, and you're like, oh wait, this person is still around. It's very entertaining. Like, it's like, okay, because I saw some tweets the other day talking about like, I feel grateful that I've been in like quote unquote part of the VTuber community, been on Twitter for so long, and I've managed to not really have drama in my life and like find my group of people. And as I was saying on Dragon's stream the other day, I think that's the most important thing. If you're gonna be VTubing and if you don't want to be lonely in it, in the sense like if you don't mind, because some people don't mind, they will do their own thing and they don't need to make friends, they don't want them, and they're all right. But if you actually want friends, I think the most important thing is to be very genuine when you try to make new friendships and find new people to talk to. And then most of the time, I feel like you will naturally find your people. You find your people, and then you go hide yourself away with them, and then you're good to go. And if you want to grow your circle, you can, but you gotta have your little gang, like my early gang out here. Like you need that, and then you can go around, and whatever happens, you also know that you all have each other's back. We'll always look out for each other, and life is good, And I feel like some people, I wonder if it's because they're naive, or maybe in their personality they need to have like lots of friendships and talk to people. But I don't think like the internet is the place for it. Like if you're lucky, you will make like friendships that will last a lifetime. But it's a lucky event. It's not the norm, I would say. So yeah, I feel like I was very blessed with who I met in the past 2 years. No real drama has happened. I mean, I have had things happen to me, but they're not like, real drama. And maybe I'll talk about it in like a few years, so like nothing gets leaked and I don't get in trouble. But when I think about my friends, I really feel very, very grateful. I feel grateful that I met the people I met at the time I did. And I'm happy to still have them in my life. I mean, most of them. Like I may have lost a few people here along the way, but I feel like if someone cuts you off or vice versa, that it's meant to be. And I think it's okay. Like you have to learn to be okay with that and be like, yeah, this person didn't talk to me anymore. It was not meant to be. If the people I started talking to 2 years ago are still talking to me, well, maybe we're kind of stuck together at this point. Like, I'm not leaving you alone, Vector. I'm not leaving you alone, Aster. Like, I'm going to be all up in your face all the time, and there's nothing you can do about it. If you try to get rid of me, it's a bit too late. I'm sorry. Cannot get rid of me. But yeah, I'll be around. I'll be screeching. I'll be doing my thing, and it'll be right. Let me see. Oh, yeah. So there was another subject that came up recently on Twitter, but also on some YouTube videos. It was talking about like, are VTubers in general oversaturated? Like, is the market oversaturated like right now that like there's just too much going on and people don't want it anymore? And I don't think so, because there was one person that argued that, yeah, everybody's graduating every day. We see like waves of people going and everything, but Manisha channel, hello, welcome in, how are you doing? We see a lot of people come and go, and someone was arguing that it means that VTubers like are at their lowest right now because so many people have graduated. So it's your time to shine. You need to like, make yourself known because there's less VTuber now than there were 2 years ago and blah, blah, blah. And they came up with that. Oh, we have the same rigger. Let's go. Rigging sibling. I haven't had one in forever. Hello, welcome in. I'm sure you will enjoy the work of a rigger mama. She's the best. What was I saying? But yeah, so she was saying, oh yeah, like it's not oversaturated right now. We just like so many people are graduating, so it's gonna be fine. Blah 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 blah. And then people were like, where are you getting this information from? Because it doesn't seem accurate right here. And apparently it was mostly guessing, because when we looked at the real stats, there are quite a lot of VTubers. And maybe because people don't really count the smaller ones these days, like we don't exist, but we are here. And there are new people debuting every week, literally. Like it's been months since I spent a week on Twitter and I didn't see like, oh, my debut is in 5 days. Like it's just happening. It's everywhere. Oh, hello, Kidla. How you doing? Welcome in. How have you been? But yeah, we exist. We're here. And there are quite a lot of us. So no, it's not dying. I don't think that VTubing is dying. I think it's just taking new forms. People are trying different things, because at this point, if you want to be successful, I guess as a VTuber, you need to be different. You cannot be doing everything like the same thing that everybody's doing. Like the whole reveal and stuff might get you a start, but it will not keep you relevant. And you need to figure out what is that one thing that keeps people coming back for you. If you're just gonna be doing the same thing, unless you're okay with it, because some people don't mind. Like, their goal is to stream because they enjoy streaming for just for streaming. They just enjoy it for it. But if you want to actually like grow and make it bigger than that, then you need to like really sit down and figure out what makes you different and bank on that. And like hopefully people like that thing, because if your thing is like, oh, I burp a lot, there might be a crowd for it and there might be not. You know, you have to choose the right thing for your people, you know. And here, since you are here, how you doing? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, Kayla? Agree, yeah. I hope you agree. It's just like, you know, it's pretty like obvious facts, but it is what it is. And like, as people were saying in videos on YouTube as well, it's like some people see VTubing as this shiny thing. It's like, oh, I will just do the same recipe and it will happen. And so they spend so much money on their debut. They spend on this and that and this and that. And they have never streamed before, so they don't really know. They don't already have a community or anything. And then they have their debut and it's flashy and it's wonderful. And there's like so many people that come to like, you know, support them and see what they're about. But then after that, it is what it is. Like, if you're really lucky, you might be able to retain the crowd you had on your debut. But if you're like most of the normal people of this world, you will start from zero like everybody. Maybe from your debut, maybe there will be like 2-3 people that will stick. And then after that, it's your job to keep them there and to grow. Like, you have to do the work. And it's not easy. And I think a thing I heard that I do agree with, like, one of the reasons some people don't succeed is because they have ideas and then they never do them. And I think it's very true. Like, even for me, like, sometimes I think, oh, I want to do X, Y, and Z. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. And then I don't. So I have no one to blame if, like, I'm not seeing, like, fruit from my ideas or work. Or even in my case, there are a lot of things I think about doing and I start doing. Like, let's say I start editing or I start recording a video and then I'll never finish. I just never will. Like, sometimes I will, like, maybe 6 months later. But most of the time I have ideas, I start the stuff, and then I don't finish it. And then can I then go and say like, oh, why am I not growing? No, I know exactly what I'm not growing, which I think helps avoid feeling bitter about it. Like, you don't feel like, oh, I did that much effort and nothing happened. Ah, God. Aster, thank you for that. Like, dang, the violence in your heart. You just feel violent today? Like, you just want to send cans up my face? Like, thank you. Too depressing? Bro, like, we're gonna get to happier times. We had to, like, do some drama, but we have to, like, have some real talk sometimes, you know? And now you made me forget what I'm talking about. Like, dang. Yeah, all this to say, I cannot complain about my growth if I'm not doing everything I could be doing. I think that's the thing. I need to, you know, hype myself up to do the things. And if they flop, they flop. But then I can't say I tried everything and be like, oh, why is it up? I didn't do everything I could have done. So it's more on me to do it. And I'm okay with that. I think it keeps me happy because I'm never wondering why I'm not making it. Because I know why. Like, I mean, I do think I'm doing well for myself. Not gonna lie. I'm proud of myself, or where I am right now. I'm learning. Like, sometimes I edit something and I'm like, oh wow, I'm proud for this. Like, it's still very basic. I don't know how to edit for my life. But sometimes I'm editing a short or something and I'm like, oh, that was actually good. Oh, that was a good timing for this. And I'm very happy with myself. And I think that's what keeps me going. Makes me happy, okay? Aster cannot handle depression. Like, what do you mean? We're watching a depressing movie tomorrow. What do you mean? That being said, what else did I want to talk about? Oh, yeah. I mean, how to explain? I guess, don't remind me. I will remind you because you threw a cat at my face. So that's what you get. But I guess for me, in my group, in my community, I'm not really shy or uncomfortable talking about my growth or money. I think it's okay to be upfront with things. And I think most people will appreciate people being upfront about it. Like, when I get a lot of viewers, to me, like 10 viewers in my chat, that's big. I feel happy. I feel content. I feel like I'm doing something right tonight. That's when I feel like, for me, that's a big number, Oh, hi, Al. How you doing? Welcome in. I'm pretty good. We're just chatting, being nosy, gossipy a little bit, and just talking, How are you? How was your day? But yeah, I feel like I don't mind talking about these things because I'm very, very self-aware. So it's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, someone told me like there was nobody in my chat tonight and I felt depressed about it. No, I didn't. I didn't. I know that like not everybody will react the same way to all comments that we get in chats and chatting in whatever streaming sphere. But personally, it does not depress me. I guess that I'm always very aware of where I am at. So I know what's up. So it's not like it's a surprise or a reminder when someone shows up in my chat and tells me. I think someone yesterday was like, oh, how come you don't have more people in your chat? And yesterday I had freaking 10 people in my chat. I was like, oh my god, there's 10 people in my chat. And I was living the life. So, it's all a question of perspective. Like, what are your goals and are you getting there? 10 people for me right now is a big improvement. So like when I get there, I feel like I fluctuate. Like some days it's good, sometimes it's less good, but overall it's always good. So, I appreciate it. And I will never explicitly say like, give me money. I don't want to do that. That's rude. So I'm not doing that. But I will try and find ways to, feel like I'm providing something for you guys. So like will always feel better if I feel like I'm really providing entertainment or I don't know what cover that you guys want to have or making your character into Tomodachi Life. Like I feel like that's when I feel like, yeah, I'm happy because if you guys give me anything to support me, then I'm also giving back in whatever way I can. And I'm not shy about that. I feel like it should be, I don't see why there should be any shame or like secrecy behind that. I don't think like I would be like, oh yeah, I need to tell you exactly how much money I make. I mean, aka I don't. But like I don't feel like I would need to go that far. But I don't mind telling you like, oh yeah, I'm broke like everybody else, and that's fine. I'm broke, but I choose where I spend. So this year I really wanted to spend on getting the model that I really wanted, and then I got it. And now I'm not spending on it anymore. I'm not spending on anything. I have no plans to upgrade anything. If I get stuff on stream, there most probably definitely gonna be free things I find on the internet somehow. The only thing I'm willing to spend on right now is covers, because as I said on my debut stream, I'd like to be able to release covers a little bit more frequently, because it had been like 7 months or something before my last cover, and this time I'd like to have someone that knows what they're doing, makes the covers. So that's why I need money for it. Usually, like back in the day, I used to do my quote unquote mixing myself, but I ain't good at this. I don't know how to mix stuff. It's like when I listen back, I'm like, what the hell? I thought that sounded good. Maybe one day I will do some re-uploading of some stuff. Like I just don't know. Does anybody know if you can re-upload a different audio for a video on YouTube? I know I'm the YouTuber here, but I don't know. I haven't researched that, because I don't want to re-upload the full thing. I just want to re-upload the audio, like with better mixing. I won't necessarily get it mixed professionally, but like, even myself, I can hear stuff better now. I do have a better mic, so even if I wanted to re-record stuff, I could. But I will check. You probably can. Well, that's good to know. I guess I'll be looking into that to see what I can do about it. But yeah, all this to say, I guess it's a good occasion to tell you guys that I really do appreciate you, and I appreciate you guys just being there. It means a lot to me, because if I could, I guess as a streamer, I would say that 90% of my streams would be just chatting if I could manage that. Like if I could, like, you know, have people to talk to all the time, I would be doing that. I love rambling on for no reason and chatting and being nosy and gossipy, and you know, that's what I do in my free time. And you guys are the ones I talk to a lot. You know, I don't talk to a lot of people in real life. So like when I stream, I feel the need to, like, you know, word vomit a lot of things that are just hanging out in my brain. That type of thing, you know. Let me see something real quick. Let me remove that. Okay, good. Ah, God, you scared me. What you gotta do that like that? La dang. Too depressed. What do you mean? This is supposed to be heartfelt. Like, what do you mean this is I'm telling you guys, I appreciate you and I'm grateful that you guys are here, and you gotta come in with the violence. What's wrong with you? Oh, hi, D Cuddles. How you doing? Welcome in. How was your day? How you doing? I'm getting violence done to me for no reason out here. Okay, so one thing I wanted to talk about too, without, like, I guess, no spoilers, because I don't know who watched this or not and whatnot. It's another stream here. Oh, I'm happy to have you here. All right, so last week, you wanted to talk about that, Aster. Attack on Titan ended, which is very weird because I've been watching it since it came out. So, you know, it's been years and years of watching it, and honestly, it was definitely in the top shows for me and my sister. Like, we watched it together all the way. I introduced her to it, like, after season 2 wasn't out when I told her about it. And then it ended last week after part X, Y, and Z, part 2, part 3, part final 3. It finally ended. It actually ended. And I don't like it. I really don't like it. Like, I just don't like the way things were done. And, like, last part for real, yeah. I'm really happy. Oh, I'm happy that you're happy. That's what we want out here. I just expected better, I guess, writing for it. I did not expect this to be a good time, like a good ending, in the sense that, like, oh, everybody's happy and the world is saved and whatnot. This is not what I wanted, nor what I expected from the show. But what they gave me was so mid, as people say these days. It was just sad. I was just so sad at, like, one thing that my sister and I were talking about, and that we saw in other videos, was that everything in Attack on Titan up until this point was always very well explained. Everything made sense. Everything was there for a reason. And then even if they foreshadowed something, it'd be like, oh, right, remember we saw this and we saw X, Y, and Z and blah, blah, blah. But in that last part, there were so many, like, oh yeah, this is happening just because. That's what's up, and you gotta deal with it. There's no explanation for it. You just have to figure it out on your own or something. And I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like, the show had done such a good job explaining everything, you know? I like this, and well, I want to know from people like you that did like it. What did you like? What makes you like it? We should call it mid. It's just, this is like it. But one solution: find another good anime. I mean, I don't know. It just feels empty. As something that has filled my life for, what was it, 11 years? It feels weird that I can't even be like, oh yeah, I would really like. I would still recommend it to people, but still knowing that I'm sending them to their doom at the end with the ending, you know? Oh, it's Dior. Hello. How you doing? Welcome in. Would you? I would, because I know that I enjoyed most of it, but I don't know. Do you know Pluto on Netflix? A recent one, very good. What I haven't watched anime in a little bit. Because I was all up in my drama phase when I was watching that Korean drama a few weeks ago. So I need to get back into anime. But for me, I feel that the ending should have been more of a all or nothing. He could still feel he was an idiot for because he didn't know what to do with his power. Fine. But I wish that it was more, I guess for me, it should have been darker. Some things that happened were like, all right, not explained, makes no sense. The whole love no jutsu for me was not it. I was like, I don't mind it. Even if it had to end, quote unquote, in the same way, Mikasa had to do what she did, I would have preferred it to mean nothing and everybody dies anyways. I guess that's how I would have seen it. Everybody dies, and then humanity restarts, and then we end up being trash anyways. I would have been more satisfied with this type of ending, personally. That's how I feel about it, you know? The Onimusha anime is quite good too. I guess I need to make a list of things. There's quite a bit of things I want to watch. And as I was saying earlier, I tend to start stuff and never finish it. So I haven't finished Chainsaw Man. I haven't finished Oshinoko, which I have like 3 episodes left to watch, and I don't know why I haven't watched it yet. It was also not very convenient. I like to watch stuff on my TV, and like if it's on Netflix, it makes it easier. I have a Netflix button on my TV. I just press it and it's all there. When I'm watching other type of shows that are not on Netflix, like it's just the extra clicks. Way too much work for me, you know? I'm lazy like that. I don't like the extra work that this incurs, okay? A lot of things. But yeah. So I guess I'm not like on the hunt for a new show. I'm currently watching something anyways, but I'm like, It's Stevie Kitty! Hello, how you doing? Welcome in. How have you been? What's good? Getting thirsty when I keep rambling on for hours, you know? But yeah. So there was that. I want to talk about AOT. Yeah, to me, I'm not a fan of the ending. And I'm not a fan of a weird thing that happens. I don't know how to explain because I guess not a spoiler, but at some point in season 4, we see a random panel of people in like Grisha's memory. And when I saw them back in the day, I'm like, what the hell are these? Who are these people? What are they hiding? And my sister and I were theorizing about who these people are and what does it mean and blah, blah, blah. And then I got spoiled about it on Twitter a few months ago where like, oh, the many faces of Mikasa. So like one of them is telling me, oh, this is Mikasa. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm excited to see like where this pops up in the show. And then the show ends and I don't see that panel. So I'm like, so what was the point of this? Like, what did it mean, you know? So I Googled it and apparently it's like a fan kind made of like different chapters of the show, well, of the manga. But why did you put that in the anime if it's not real? It's not part of the real story. So why do you mess with people like that, putting something like that 3 seasons ago, but it has nothing to do with the story? I'm still very confused about that one. I'm doing all right. How is Mana? I'm doing good. I'm rambling on, complaining about the AOT ending because I personally did not like it. I know a lot of people did. Really not my cup of tea. Like, as my sister kind of called it, like, she's like, oh, I think it's gonna do like some type of like Code Geass ending and stuff. I was like, I hope not. Like, I refuse to believe it because I was like, I do not want to be disappointed because I will feel disappointed if this is what we're doing because it's so lazy. And it was exactly that. And I was like, but it's like, it was exactly that, but not done as well, in my personal opinion. I know people will disagree with me. A lot of people did like it. I did not. I did not shed a tear. Also, I was very annoyed because my sister and I were complaining about the quality of the art in the last part. We were like, most of the time we're like looking at old characters like Erwin and stuff, and like, who is this man? We do not know him. Why did they draw him like this? Like him and what's his name? Armin. Most of the time we were watching them through the screen and like, who are these people? Who drew them? What happened? And we're not really picky with this show. My sister never notices any issues with art, but she noticed for that one. That one, she was very, very much aware of the problems here, you know. I never got through the second season. What? Okay, it was still good at that point. For me, it started going, I mean, it didn't go bad, But I started getting annoyed after they came out with the season 4, the final. Oh, wait a second. Season 4, the final too. Oh, wait a second. Final season. The final part 1, part 1.2. And then between the like kind of movie situation we had last year, well, yeah, we had a year to wait for what we got right now. So I feel like I would not have felt that betrayed by the show if it ended last year. If they made, like, I mean, at this point, that just means that it would have been a movie, a 3-hour long movie, but then it would have been a very complete story, and I would have had time to cry about some events in the last episode. So I think I would have felt more emotional about it. So I would have been more stressed and been feeling and in my feelings about it and watched it. But the fact that I had to wait a year for that mid-ending was not what I bargained for. I did not want to end my love for the series that way. It was just so disappointing to me. That was a BS way to split up the season. It was such a meme. It was like, I've never watched a show in my whole life that did something like that. Like, I just don't understand. Just call it what it is. If you're gonna make several seasons, make 6 seasons and 2 movies if you want. Why do you need to do that? Why does it need to be parts to begin with? And then why you call something the final and give it a part 1 after it's done? It's not like they told us this was part 1 when they started the season. They just call it season 4 the final. And as we're watching, we're like, this doesn't seem like it's ending. Like we're like in the middle of a war or something. I don't know. Is it really the last episode? I'm confused. Episode ends and they're like, oh, teaser for final season part 2. It's like, what? What are you doing? Why you gotta mess with us like that? That's not nice. We do not appreciate that as a fan base, okay? Clickbait, basically. Indeed. Final season part 3, 300,000, 5 days. Yeah. I still feel I don't know. I feel like they got away with it because they knew how much people loved the show. So they were like, even if we do that, they're still gonna watch so we can. Because I know that every single part, like, season 4 back in the day, I think I was watching it on Crunchyroll, and when it could, because anytime an episode came out, Crunchyroll was down. Crunchyroll was, could not handle. So they knew that even if they split it for like the next 10 years, we would have watched it anyways, But I was going Crunchyroll because it was convenient to like cast to my TV. But then I was like, oh well, it's not working. Yeah, you gotta pirate it. And anyways, the subs are usually better when they're not on Crunchyroll, so I'm not gonna complain about that. But yeah, when I was talking with Aster, it was like, yeah, so we were all up in this story for the past 11 years. I'm like, I was at such a different time of my life when I started this. It was just terrible. And then we're like, how are we gonna cope with like One Piece ending? Like, we're not, like, it's part of our lives. And the thing is, I'm not even actively reading it right now. I'm like 6 years late. Last arc I was like in the middle of the Big Mom arc. So I'm like, bro, I'm not even up to date whatsoever, but I know I'm gonna feel empty when it's over. It's a bit like, I think when people were talking about that when the AOT ended, they were like, well, now you know how we felt when, like, Naruto ended. It's like, and that's true. I skipped the end. I could not care less about the ending of Naruto at some point. The war was taking way too long. I'm like, oh no, people dying. Okay. And then the day Naruto ended, I was just like, I have one question and one question only. Did my man end up with Hinata? So I was at work. I remember I went on my manga website and I looked for the last chapter, and then I was scrolling through and I was like, all right. Got my information. Thank you for all these years of fun, Naruto. We're done. I don't think I will ever make an effort to watch what I missed. I just know a bunch of people died. I don't remember why Madara and whoever was doing whatever. People were doing war, pam, pam, pum, pum, pam. And that's about it. And we're fine. We're dead. They had kids. Everybody got kids, and now they have Boruto for some reason that is just fillers. So I tried. I remember when Boruto started, I think when like episode 5 was out, I was actually in Japan for the first time. So I saw it on TV in the hotel, and I tried watching it. And that's probably the last time I watched something at some of it. I think it was episode like maybe 6 or 7, something like that. It had just started. I remember watching the first episode and feeling very like, ew, what is this? Where are our people? And then they gave them the most criminal hairdos. For the hottest men in Naruto were just done dirty. Like, you know, we look at Naruto and we're like, what the hell happened there? We all know his dad was hot, so what did they do to him? And then, my poor boy Gaara. What they do to Mamen? Mamen always looked, you know, he was looking a bit iffy when he was a kid. Then teenager, he was starting to look kind of hot. Adult was nice. And then they gave him that weird parting of the salaryman. I'm like, what is going on here? Why? But the issue is that the manga is published monthly, not weekly. So read the manga. I guess if I ever want to get into it, I would probably read it. Because I remember seeing some TikToks about people talking about the fact that literally 75% of Boruto is filler. I guess they were too eager to like bank on the franchise that they just started it too early. They did not have enough material. Or if they were going to do it, they would have had to do it like other anime that is per season. Just do it in seasons. Why you need to fill the world with freaking filler? Like, bro, you're destroying it. He's a father now, so he needs to be more serious. Yeah, but his dad was hot. His dad was a dad. His mom had style. So like, why can he not get that from his dad? Even Jiraiya had the hair out. Everybody had good hairdos. Why they had to do him dirty like that? Like, why? Who wants to get into Boruto's dad's kid? Boruto's dad kid. What? Boruto's dad is Naruto. And Boruto's Naruto's kid. What are you saying here? You're messing with my brain out here, you know? And I mean, it's not because you need to be more serious that you can't be hot. I'm just saying, we were living for this. You know, we all, like the young girls, we were looking at Kakashi and, ooh, mysterious, looking hot, strong. We loved him, you know, it was hot. I was never really, was I? I don't think I was ever into Sasuke. Sasuke was too edgy for me, but I could appreciate his looks when he was like beginning of Naruto Shippuden. I was like, okay, he's kind of hot. Like, you know, he grew up fine, all right. And then as an adult, he also looks like trash. And you're like, but why? The girls be looking good mostly. I think they did some girls dirty in there. I can't remember who they are. But it's like, give us some nice stuff to look at, bro. Like, what? Also, you didn't read Boruto, so we can't talk much about the last events without spoiling. Probably not. I know there's some tragic. I know some people die because people were talking about that like near the beginning of Boruto. People were like, oh yeah, whoever dies and blah blah blah. I know that most people watched Boruto when they had this whole arc about going back in the past because of course people just want to see their people. Oh, it's like when I'm not gonna spoil stuff, but when Yashahime came out. Like, as a diehard fan of Inuyasha, I was kind of excited. Like, I wanted to know, like, what happened in the future. I'm not spoiling because I don't want to spoil, like, the ships and who ended up with who and how and whatever. But I was so excited for it. But at the same time, in my heart, all I could think was, like, what's this shit about this summer? Where are you at? I want to see you. And like any like flashback, any scene that would include anybody from the OG cast was all I wanted. And honestly, trying to get through season 1 was so painful, and then I dropped it. I couldn't. I can just watch clip compilations of anything that has the OG cast, and that's all I want to know. I want to see my hubby Sesshomaru-sama and call it a day, you know? For example, now Boruto and the others are adults now. Yeah, adults or teenagers. I've seen their teenager versions as far as I know, but I don't think I've seen their adult version. That's cool. I guess time goes fast in there. Because I remember someone killed someone and then revenge. And like Boruto has a special eye color situation that I have no idea what this is about. I'm like, I guess what I would need in a few years, like some people make these lists of like what is good and to watch and not to watch. Like when I rewatch, yes, because I do that every few years, I rewatch Bleach. I just I just skip the fillers, so I have the list open. So what's a filler, what's not, so I can just get through the good stuff. I might do that one day with Boruto and just like binge through the important and actual story episodes, and maybe I'll be liking it at this point. I don't think I can get through the fillers, or maybe I'll just read it. As I was saying at the beginning of the stream, I struggle to read these days. I'm sadly a busy person, and reading, I feel like my brain cannot compute with it these days. I really want to get back into it. I have like a whole lot of books in my house that I think about rereading. But then I'm like, I'm tired. I just want to go to bed and play Suika game. Like, you know, like the no brain activities that you want to do when you're tired. That's pretty much my life right now, you know? But the other's obsession with eyes. I mean, it's like the whole thing. Wait, isn't it someone else that's writing Boruto? I thought like Kishimoto left it to someone else. I mean, no, I think he came back. I don't know. Some fillers were very good in Bleach. You missed some. I mean, when I watched it the first time when I was young, I watched all the fillers, but I hated it. Labunto, like whatever there, I did not like it. But I watched all the fillers back in the day, and then I rewatched it without after doing that. And the new season is awesome. I should get back into it. I think I watched 1 or 2 episodes of the new season, but I'm such a sucker for emotions. Like when I hear the old soundtracks, I'm like, ooh, I get all in my feelings. So I would probably enjoy it. You can also read Domenico. Yes, Aster. I hear you. I feel you. I know you're watching and breathing out my neck. Okay, I will read it. But yeah, no, for Bleach, I gave up on the series as a whole. Even though, I mean, I will definitely watch. Wait, I watched at least 3 episodes of the new one. I forgot. I watched a bunch, but I didn't get past the first few episodes of the new season. For me, when I had to give up was the last time he lost his power for me, which was who was it? The Fullbringer. I think that was the name of that thing. That's when he lost his power. After that, I was like, I'm out. I cannot deal with this trope anymore. Like, I feel like for me, Bleach is very much a show of my man is chilling. My man gets power. My man loses power, gains power, loses power, gains power, loses power. That's all that happens. That's all that happens in Bleach. And I could not take it anymore. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Not anymore. Now you feel like #1. Da, 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 da. I remember when I was listening to that, you know, I barely spoke English and it was so scandalous for me. I was like, ooh, it's such a good song. So when they came out with the trailer for the new season and that was playing, I got the shivers. I was like, oh my god, my childhood is ready. You didn't watch Burn the Witch? It's in Bleach universe, like Urban Shinigami kind of, but very different. Yeah, I don't think I did. Like, was that? I guess that was after I quit it. Like, I just couldn't take it anymore. Like, it was like, how many times do you need to be tricked before you give up? Right? Like, or before you know, become smart. It's just a thought, just an idea, Ichigo. Could you not get tricked every time? I was like. Burn the Witch was like a spin-off. Like, was it like a whole series or part of the main series or fillers? Like, what was it? Because I remember watching the movies. And the last movie I watched was extremely bad. And I'm like, what the hell was that? So I done No Ichigo or everyone in Burn the Witch. Oh, okay. It's just... Oh, that sounds interesting. I'd be down to watch that, actually. Let me Google that real quick. Burn... the Witch. I mean, I don't know what result I'm gonna get here. Oh yeah, it was oh, I remember seeing the trailer and I was like, that's Bleach art. And I was like, what is this? And I didn't watch it. When did that come out? That was wait, it's still going on. Because it says from August 2020 to now. So is it a long? Wait, is it? Because some people are like, is it only 3 episodes? What? New season soon. It's not long. Oh, okay. Well, that's good. I might watch that. I was interested because I was like, oh, I've never seen anything else from the Bleach mangaka. Well, I see that the art style be looking good. I'm actually interested. I don't know. I wanted to watch it, and I think I just forgot it exists. And that's that. That was that. That's all that happened. But yeah, thank you for reminding me this exists. That's good to know. I'll definitely be looking it up. Like sometimes I just want something easy to watch. And I have found a way to easily watch anime on my TV now, so I'm more likely to do it. But you know, these days, like we have less attention span. So like I like to watch like true crime because I don't need to focus on it to just listen and oh my god, he murdered her, what? Then he ate her heart, my god. But I don't need to watch it, you know, they're just talking. So I can just be laying down on my sofa, playing some Suika game, listening to some crime in the back, or these days, I don't know if I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one, but I've been getting recommended a lot of like police body cam situations, and I'm like, dang, all right. It's people are weird. The way people react to getting it like arrested. Like I think I was watching something yesterday, and a girl got stopped for shoplifting with her friend in the car. And the police stopped her, and then she was like, you know, all mellow, looking around. And then she's like, oh, can I just get something in my car? So the police officer is nice enough to go with her. He stays in the door with her, like he's not letting her close the door or anything. My girl decides to make a run for it. She starts the car. There's two police officers standing on the side of the car. There's one she's almost running over. She backs into a pole. She runs everywhere, and then a chase starts. And I'm just like, but why? Why are you making it worse for yourself? Just go home. Like, just let him do that. Because then her friend got like probation and like, you know, like 12 days in prison or something for like the shoplifting and whatnot. And my girl got 8 years in prison. Like, you almost killed police officers for what? You were shoplifting. Just take your thing. Get your probation and, you know, attempt not to do that again. But some people just cannot help themselves. They're just gonna do crime, I guess. They make the dumbest decisions. Like, she could have killed a police officer. She would have never gotten out of jail after that. Like, what the hell, bro? You didn't watch Cyberpunk anime? No, I haven't. It was like the anime of the year when it was released. So good, beautiful animation. I have heard a lot of it. I have heard a lot of controversy about it. That has nothing to do with the show. So, you know, I've seen the tea on Twitter about people being unhappy with certain characters. But what type of story is it? Because I remember seeing the ads for it on my, what do you call it? On my Netflix page, but I did not check to see like what the story was about or anything. Hello, Onida-chan. Hello, welcome in. How are you doing? Beautiful place here. It's pretty. Oh, I'm happy you like it. This is my bedroom. We're just chilling under the sea. Under the sea, dun dun dun. Under the sea, dun dun dun. I don't know my brain, but yeah. How are you doing? How was your day? And but yeah, yeah, Cyberpunk. I heard a lot about it. Is it long? Is it the type of thing that I could easily just binge on my TV? You know. I'm doing well today. How about you? I'm doing very well. Been rambling for a little bit, but we're having a great time. You know. Just sharing our thoughts about the world, just hanging out with cool people because we love our cool people in this house. And, you know, just enjoying our time. How are you doing? Forgot. I wanted to do something and I think I forgot. But yeah, back to the entitled, the police body cams. Like, I wanted to talk about that the other day because I was watching, like, videos, and somehow right now I'm fully recommended videos of entitled people getting arrested. That's like usually what the title of the video is, and people are crazy. Like, I think I was feeling so about one where there was one girl that wouldn't get out of her dad's car. She just wouldn't. And I was like, okay. And then he called the police because it was like, I'm not dealing with her and I'm not driving her anywhere because she's kind of crazy, you know? And then she was giving police all this attitude about it. And then what killed me about it is that she told the police, I mean, my dad's not, well, obviously he's got dementia, so he doesn't know what he's saying. All he needs to do is bring me to this place to this place. And I'm like, how disrespectful do you need to be to tell the police that your dad has dementia because he doesn't want to give you a lift somewhere and you're refusing to get out of the car? Obviously, they had to drag her out, you know, not too violently, but I mean, she was not going to move on her own, so they had, you know, help her out of the car. But I'm like, what happened to you? Like, who hurt you like that for you to be that ew? Like, you don't need to be ew in life. You can be nice. Being nice is a nice thing. You can go far in life with that. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know about it, you know? Yeah, it's like 13 episodes. Okay, yeah, that sounds like a good bingeable amount of episodes. We love that. Like, I don't know, because I'm watching a show right now. I don't know if I want to watch anime after or if I want to watch a Korean drama. I'll need to see how I feel about all of that. But I'm definitely noting all of these down. Maybe at some point I'll start reading, you know. As I said in the beginning, I need to reevaluate how I manage my time. Because clearly I'm not doing the greatest job with it because I feel like I don't have time for real hobbies outside of streaming these days, because if I'm not streaming, I'm usually thinking about streaming. I'm thinking about content I'd want to do, and then I don't do it, but that's another subject. But I think about what I want to do as a streamer a lot, and then I just don't always deliver on that, you know? I'm talking way too much because my throat is so dry right now. I'm not, dang, I'm thirsty. But let me see something real quick. Okay. There's a lot going on my phone and I'm like, hello? Like, is someone die or something? Like, dang. Okay, it's fine. Repetition to make Mana quit streaming so she can read the medical. I mean, ain't nobody gonna sign it, so you can stop with that, you know? Ain't nobody gonna support you in this situation now, so I'm just saying. The only person that would support you right now is Kohaku, and she's not here. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. And it's gonna be alright, I promise. It's gonna be alright. But anyways, let me check something real quick. Traders, no, they're just normal people. What you mean? They're just living their best life and it's all right. Stop judging them like that. I agree with this petition. Oh no! Oh no! Why is there someone agreeing when Aster here? What happened? Since when? Aster's supposed to be the lone wolf in this situation. Ban them all. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, are you okay? Like, what thing? Just got here, so you might have answered, but what's your favorite kind of tea? My favorite kind of tea? I haven't answered. Nobody asked me. Thank you for asking. Thank you, Squiggleton. You're the best. But welcome and how was your day? Favorite type of tea? I love tea. I like Earl Grey a lot. Ooh, we're banning everyone. No, that's all in your head. Which reminds me, I forgot. I didn't have you at the bottom. Like these days, I usually have a hotkey for all my stuff for streaming to open, and then I haven't been using it because my computer's been acting up. And then I forget to have you guys at the bottom of the screen. I support this. Of course you do, and you don't even know what it's about, but of course you will. See, that's what I have to deal with every day. But I guess my favorite tea would probably be Earl Grey. Yeah, I like having Earl Grey with some milk and some sugar or some like syrup in it. I think it's a very nice tea to have. Yeah. There's some teas that I don't know what they are because when I was in Japan, one of my favorite drinks was the milk tea from the vending machines. It was warm, it was yum. But I don't know what tea they use for the milk tea in Japan. I have no idea. I don't drink tea or coffee. You just don't do that caffeine life. Do you like do any herbal tea though? Or actually, what would be your favorite warm drink? Like, would it be like hot cocoa? Or you just don't drink anything warm at all? I mean, what are our options here? If it's not tea, it's not coffee. And if you say no to hot cocoa, is there anything hot that you drink? Patrick Stewart's favorite tea, or maybe it was Captain Pickard's, but I can't tell him apart from his character most of the time. I wouldn't know. To answer the you squiggle, I made a petition for Melissa Squid streaming to read Mineko, a visual novel that's written by the author of Igarashi and is my favorite piece of fiction. Yeah, you said no one would support it. I mean, I want to read it. I just need to make time for it, and it's hard for me, okay? La dang. I drink fruit juice or hot chocolate. Okay. I was like, you need to have, one hot drink for the winters where you need to warm yourself up. Even though I will admit I do like drinking hot water, don't come at me after. But hot water is yum, okay? I love it. Just some boiled water. It's great. Can warm you up and it's all right, okay? I said ban them all. See, you have no heart. Hot apple cider is very good. It is, but I find it, even for me, sometimes I find it a bit too sweet. I'm like, After like a few sips, I'm like, that's a bit too intense. I guess maybe I need to add a lot more water because I usually follow what the package says, but I'm like, no, I need a lot more water in there to be okay with it, Well, I know Miniko never played, but I bet it's good. Yeah, I mean, Aster will disown you if you're talking about the anime, though, because I have watched the anime. It's not the same. During winter, I eat grilled chestnut. That sounds yum. That sounds very yum. I think I've had it once. Actually, I don't think I've had it grilled. I've only had it boiled. I'd be very interested in trying it grilled. I live in the American Midwest. They'll ban me if I don't like cider. There's so many cider mills here. Yeah, maybe you have better options than whatever packages we get here. So, it's probably real good stuff, not the powder, Do you like chestnuts then, Mana? Yes, I do. Why? Why you look so good, sounding suspicious here? Hi, Glitch. How you doing? How's your day? Apple cider is so good. It is. It's very good. I just only have it in very small quantities. It's just a bit too intense for me sometimes. I drink pear cider sometimes. I love pear anything, so I would probably like that. I'm not that knowledgeable on ciders. Like, I've only had apple cider, I think. I don't think I've had any other type, but I'm pretty sure I would like them. Oh yeah, I buy my cider fresh squeezed and I can watch them squeezing it. Ooh, you can squeeze that? Like, is it... Wait, what's the process? What's the process to make cider? How do you make apple cider? You gotta cook it for 3 hours. So how do they just squeeze it? Like, what are they squeezing? You just need... I have questions. I never tried apple cider. I would recommend. It's pretty yum. I don't really like them myself, so I was adding it to the list of things that make us hate each other. Wow. Wow. I see how it is. Wait, I thought cider had to be aged, right? That's what I'm talking about. I'm about to learn the whole history of cider. But, I mean, I have questions here. They put a bunch of apples into an ionic press, basically, then cook it after. Oh, okay. So it's not my cider, but I can see them squeezing future batches. Yeah, probably not yours. It would make no sense. Like everybody needs time to become cider, Apple cider is one of my faves. Well, I see that we have a favorite in the chat. Everybody loving apple cider out here. Okay, that makes more sense. Yeah, you're probably like going to the mill, so you see them working to make more, but it's not the one they put in your bottle that you buy. That seems like our brains were exploding here. I was like, am I tripping or this is supposed to take time? When did you start making videos? I started making videos as a VTuber around 2 years ago, I would say. Yeah, I mean, I started streaming in August of 2021, I think. I can't count, but if that's 2 years, that's right, you know? Yeah, I should have specified. Yeah, that's fine. Afraid it doesn't take that long to ferment though, like 5 to 14 days. Yeah, and that's fine. It's just that the whole pressing it in front of me serving fresh was messing with my brain out here. I was like, how does that work? Like there's like some step missing out here, okay? Something like that. Watch her for covers. Yeah, Elle was one of the first ones to find my tragic balding head. So you'll see it. I'm doing hard cider now. What is hard cider? Let me Google. What is a hard cider? What's the difference? Apple cider is apple juice that has not been filtered and still contains all the apple pieces, pulp, and sediment. It is the raw, pure version. Wait, so the hard cider is the one that has alcohol in it? Is that what I'm getting here? This page has way too many words. All right. If you squeeze the apple carefully enough and with passion, it will work out somehow. Sounds about right, DB Cutie. What would I know without your knowledge? Thank you for blessing us with this great, great, great knowledge. I think I'm gonna go press apples with passion now. Yeah, the alcoholic version. There are soft and hard cider. Like, is the soft, like, not like a better type of alcohol that's not as hard alcohol? I can't English difficult right now. Okay, I can't eat it. It's hard. What's haram about? Wait, are we talking about alcohol? It's apples. We're talking about apples, bro. Like, what do you mean? I don't know. I wish I had the soundbite for this, but I like the ones I've had most of the time were the one that had alcohol in them. Like they're always in like really, really like fancy bottles. Alcoholic apple cider is also yum. Yeah, like that's usually the one I have. Like usually it's people like gift us bottles and stuff, blah blah blah. Alcohol and Muslim. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was still thinking about normal cider and stuff. You know, they say that a female's. I ain't gonna read that. Thank you for the input, Aster. That being said, with enough passion, probably. I remember in Japan, I did have a lot of tea cocktails. I'm really big on food and drink history. I feel like for me, I'm not that deep about food. If it's yum, it's yum. How it's made and everything, it is great. But all I need to know is that it's yum. That's all I want. No, you can put it in for the YouTube peeps as well if you really want it to be there. You do your work out here, okay? But yeah, no, the ciders I've had are mostly alcoholic, but I know that I like it in general. Like the ones that I find too sweet are usually the one in packets that you have to put in hot water, like hot cocoa. Those are the ones I find too intense. But when it's actually a bottle of it, I actually really, really like it a lot. Like I never had a problem with it. Mana doesn't like you guys. Why are you out here slandering my name? You heard her say, wow. I will say that Acer has issues and you should not listen to anything he says because he's full of troubles, okay? Quebec exports some very high quality apple ciders. It's a good gift to give. Yeah, like we have really nice, what is orchards? Anyways, places where there are apples, you know? And I've never been apple pickings because I don't go out on my house, but I've only heard good things about it. And there's usually really nice apple products at these places, and they sell fancy bottles of cider. So, you know, it's always good out here, you know? It looks so tasty, I just saw it. Yeah, and there is a non-alcoholic version if you ever want to try it, Glitch. My best friend is a chef. Ooh, it slapped me if I wasn't interested in the food stories he tells. You know, that's the thing. When you have a nerdy friend and they like to explain stuff to you, you gotta do your best to remember what the hell they're saying. But we all know that we remember maybe 70%. And at some point, our brain may be floating around thinking about the meaning of life while explaining the deeds, you know? Actually travel with bottles of mead as a gift when I leave the country, so I can give hometown gifts to people. That's a pretty good idea. I'm very basic. When I travel, I bring maple syrup because people don't know the good stuff. You know, that's what I do. I still want to go to an orchard and get nice cider. I went with school in Sec 1. They did not torture me that way when I was a kid, thank God. But yeah, you can get a really nice cider at these places usually. 70% is generous. Yeah, I'm trying to be nice here. Like, don't expose me like that, bro. Like, I'm trying to say stuff. Canadian maple syrup is goated. Like, it is just good. Because I think I got traumatized the first time I went to the US. It was like my school trip in high school. And we went to New York. And in the morning, we had pancakes. And then I look at the maple syrup, quote unquote, and I'm like, what is this? This has no color. And it's syrup. And I'm like, is that what they eat with their pancakes? Is that what this is? Is this how they live their lives? This is so tragic. What are they doing? So from now on, I need to share good stuff. Like if I'm giving a gift in America, it's gonna be actual, real good maple syrup, you know? I usually bring maple syrup cookies or ketchup chips. Yeah, you know, it's a great package to really understand the world of Canadians, you know. Maple syrup is a great gift too. It's what your hometown country is known for. Yeah, I know we can get good stuff because if not, I would bring like poutine stuff, but it doesn't really travel all that well, you know. I ate too many ketchup chips when I first got here. I mean, it's so yum, but it's gotta be eaten at a great pace, so it's not that bad. I will try to make it tomorrow and tell you what happens. You're trying to make it? I mean, you're devoted to this. If I were you, I would just go to a shop and buy it. I don't know. I got a bottle of blueberry honey syrup from a stand at the Renaissance Fair Festival near me. They raised the bees themselves. Ooh, that's fancy. Okay. I'm not a big fan of honey. For some reason, like I'm slightly allergic to raw honey. Like it will give me a reaction in my throat, and I don't like it. And sometimes it's just too much. I like it in tea, but as a thing on bread and stuff, like some people do that, I don't like it like that. I don't really like gravy, but poutine is great. Yes, poutine rules. Poutine is amazing. Or a pack of coffee crisps. I was just telling Asher that my favorite chocolate, if you didn't know, my chocolate candy bar, if that's how we gotta describe them, is coffee crisps. I just love coffee crisps. It's great. It's yum. I had one at work Monday and I was like, this was amazing. I had not had one in probably a year or two. Like I don't eat a lot of snacks like that, but I was eating it at work, so I couldn't like eat it like a degenerate and like in like deconstruct it at home. But it was such a great event. It was so yum. And now I can't eat it anymore. I mean, you know, you've waited a few years. You might be fine now, Aster. Coffee crisps goated. Yes. I really did buy like $50 of coffee crisps and O. Henry's last time I visited hometown. That's the way. That's the way to live your life. It's the best. It's just so yum. I can't call them chocolate. It doesn't legally have enough chocolate. What do you mean to call it chocolate? It is. It has enough. You're just racism. Okay? It's not in my country. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, from what I saw when I looked for an easy recipe, it doesn't look that hard to make. So you got yourself, what do you need? You need some apples. What'd she say? Where's the apples, water, sugar, and spices? I don't know if you have all the spices, but they might be all right, you know? I didn't know coffee crisps were Canadian though. Yeah, we got the best. It's ours. That and Kinder Bueno. Wonderful. I do love Ariel, the mint Ariel, like, you know, because, you know, the bubbles. I remember watching all the ads when I was a kid, but like the bubbles like popping up in your mouth. Amazing. You're just a hater. You're just a hater, Aster, okay? Last time I was in Canada, I smuggled home some Kinder Surprise eggs because they were illegal at the time. Wait, are they not illegal anymore? Like, you can actually bring them to America without getting canceled or something? Is that what's up? Because I remember when I learned about the fact that it was illegal, and I was like, wait, what? Because I guess kids were dying from eating toys. And I'm like, bro, what? That's on the parents, bro. Glissets are also Canadian. I hate these though. I hate raisins. Like that, like I don't claim this one. I do not want this one. It does not need to exist, and I don't know why it was a thing. Who came up with that? I don't know. I have to check. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard updates on that. The illegal part is having the toys in the chocolate. Now the toy is separate from the food. Then what's the point? That was the Kinder Surprise. You eat your chocolate and then you open the thing and you're happy. And I mean, it's not really in the chocolate. It's in its own package inside the chocolate. So like, what do you mean? Just check, still illegal. Well, it's still illegal. What are glue sets? I googled it. Damn, you would probably like that. I hate it. I don't like raisins. I need those. Of course you do. Like, yeah, well, they're out here. They are usually, if I remember well, they have like that weird dark blue, magenta, no, not blue, purple, magenta colored packaging situation, you know. I ate one and I only choked 3 times, which is good for an American. I'm pretty proud of you. You're improving out here, you know. There is an American version. Is it just without a gift in it? Like you can't have a toy in it, you know? As a sleepy story, no worries. Have a good night, Glitch. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. It's a bit different, like different. Like now I'm curious, like different in one way. In what way, you know? Let's see. Wait, what did I miss? Glosses are raisins and chocolate, or the one I prefer is almost in chocolate or peanuts. Yeah, peanuts is great. Don't talk to me about the raisin ones. Like, nah. Oh, almonds. Yeah, almonds sounds good. I don't think I've ever had it. I think I've had the peanut one. But then some people offer them to you and you never know if you're gonna get hurt by a random raisin. There's nothing sadder than like, oh, chocolate. And then you put it in your mouth. You taste the chocolate. You start tasting the chocolate. And all of a sudden it turns into the chewy raisin in there. And you're like, why must you hurt me so? Which is always a thing I wonder about. Like, why is it called raisins? Considering that grapes in French are raisin, which is exactly written the same. And I'm like, I never understood that. Like, who chose this wording for this? Like, what is this? Yeah, but the American version is inferior. I mean, if you can't keep the toys out your kid's mouth, I don't know what to say, guys. Like, I don't know what's up. I'm not gonna question it too much, you know? Ferrero Rocher are the best. They are very yum. I do love me some Ferrero Rocher cake. I feel happy and complete when that's the cake that is bought for my birthday or something. I'm like, ooh, that's great. It's a true surprise. Raisin, peanut, or almond. You never know which one you're gonna get hit with, clearly. I thought the same thing for years and gave up on finding an answer. It still, like, you know, boggles my mind, and I'm sleeping and then I start thinking about that, like, but why are they called raisins now? Why? Which brings me to another question that has absolutely nothing to do with anything we're talking about. Okay, so, you know, I was watching these people getting arrested in these body cams videos on YouTube, and then one girl, they were asking her, where are the keys for the car? And then she was like, I don't know. She didn't want to cooperate. And they were like, they found the keys because it was a key fob. So it's those cars that start without the key. And then I was like, but what happens if you're driving that type of car, right? And you start it. And then you throw the key out the window. Does the car just stop? Because apparently if the key is away, the car will stop. So does that mean that you could be on the highway, someone crazy takes the key fob and throws it out the window, and then in a few meters your car is just gonna stop? I had so many questions. I didn't think about Googling it, but it was troubling my mind yesterday. Lemon, lime, citron has the same issue in English vs French. I don't understand that one. In French, I just call them all citron. I don't care anymore, you know. So his English is not citron in French. I know. It's just like, why are they doing this to us? They're stealing our words and then they're messing it up. Like, why are they doing all that, you know? American Kinder Egg just has chocolate on one side of the egg and a toy on the other. So they're separated. What? So just has chocolate on one side of the egg and a toy on the other. I need a picture. Let me Google that a second. Kinder American Kinder Surprise. I need to understand. Wait, what is... Ew! What are they doing? What are they doing? What is this? What is... Why? This is so sad. This is very sad looking. You guys, you lost out on the fun. Wait. Let me see the picture. Oh yeah, Canadian bacon. It just bagged bacon in Canada, but in the US, it's weird about the name. Wait, why are we talking about bacon right now? Wait, what did I miss? Wait. Downloads. Let's see. Just weird naming things. Yeah, things are weird out here. Wait, why can I not add this? Image? Like, why is it being so difficult for a picture? Like, look at this. Look at what I found, Aster. You just get sad chocolate on the side. And then you have this. And I'm like, the Kinder eggs are now available in America, but there is a catch. That's pathetic. That's tragic. What is this? Oh. This is like you're taking out all the fun of the experience here. What the hell is this? This is the most tragic thing that ever happened in America. Like, what the hell is wrong with people destroying children's lives like this? Like, the excitement I felt as a kid when my parents got me Kinder Surprise was great. And did I ever try to eat the thing? I never tried to eat the toy. Hello? It's not made to be eaten. Like, what do you mean? I got one once. It's about as sad as it looks. It's so sad. Makes me so sad for you guys. What is this? I will give you all head pats for this because this is no. Like, the packaging looks tragic. Everything about it. Like, I'm scrolling through trying to see, like, is there any other version? And there isn't. It's just, at this point, just keep it banned. You didn't need to make a new version of this. Nobody wanted it, okay? And your name is Egg, so it must have been hurt extra hard. It must have hurt extra hard. Yeah. Like, they did that to your friend like that, lot, dang. Well, some kid probably did try to eat the toy and the parents sued the company or something. Yeah, I mean, to be very American about it, that's definitely probably what happened. Someone sued over it. You know, like oh yeah, be careful if your coffee is hot, it might burn you. But like, you know that as an adult, even when you make coffee in your house, you know that it's gonna be hot. Or like, don't put your cat in the microwave. But if you didn't tell me not to, I might. And if I do, it's your fault. Make me rich. Like, all the stories I grew up hearing about the States, it's like, like a land of like of lawsuits. And like, oh yeah, never go to America but X, Y, and Z. And I remember like that thief that sued the homeowner because when he was breaking into his house, he broke his leg on his property. And I'm like, what the hell, bro? What do you mean? Like, what is this about? Like, what do you mean? It was a disgrace to my Egg family name. Yeah, like, I mean, you should sue them. Clearly, that's the only solution. Sue them for what they did to your brethrens, okay? There's apparently a no law that says foods aimed at kids can't have anything inedible inside. Dates back to the 30s or something. But have you not evolved since the 30s, since the rest of the world is able to deal? Can you not deal too? I don't know, just a thought. Just I mean, clearly not, because they came up with an option that is tragic. Let's remember. 1 minute of silence for this. So you came up with this. So you could have just revised the law instead. It would have been an option. I don't know. I should sue the U.S. for not being Canada. Yeah, that sounds like a thing we should all petition to do. Even though, I mean, these days sometimes Canada be looking kind of sus. I'm like, Canada, are you okay? What are we doing? Why are we being weird? Why are we making weird decisions and embarrassing ourselves? I mean, I still don't want to be American, don't get me wrong. But sometimes I'm like looking at Canada like, what are we doing? Can we not be in the news? Can just be ourselves, you know? Spending too much time with America, maybe. Probably one of the reasons. Because honestly, again, when I was a kid, I remember hearing about Quebec selling like their most important things to America. Or at there's some places where we sold our water so that the US can charge us for our own water. And I remember learning about that as a kid, and I'm like, but why? Even as a kid, I had a brain big enough to know that we should not be buying our own water back from the States. So why did we even sell it to begin with? Or we sold our main attraction park, whatever, I forgot the name of that thing. We sold it to America. For what? Are Americans gonna come here? Like, I don't understand why would you sell your own thing? Like, what is this about? You know? Maybe for Prime Minister, never. I want nothing to do with it. Have you not seen the picture? They looking young, they looking fresh, black hair and whatnot. 2 years later, they're grandpas. 2 years later, they look like they aged 15 years. I ain't dealing with that stress in my life. I will keep being a turtle and doing my face masks at night when I feel like it, which is very rare, okay? Not happening. I think a lot of those lawsuit stories were campaigns by the opposing lawyer to discredit their opponent. Like the McDonald's coffee case was big time the fault of McDonald's. Yeah, I remember the coffee one being actually true because it was like boiling and actually like third-degree burned the person. So I do understand that one. But like, I know that there are others that make no sense. But I remember this one being valid, but they were trying to discredit the lady about it. Our water now. Yeah, for some reason we sold you our water source so you can bill it to us after. Smart Canada right there. But you would make better decisions than any of them now. Will I? I think there's too much intricacies. Like at first, I'm not a people person. I don't want to talk to anybody and I ain't talking to a whole country. It's not happening. Second, there's so many like politics of like, yeah, this is objectively and like, if you look at this is how we should be doing this for the greater good. But then they'll be like, yeah, for the greater good, yeah, but like our pockets though. And then like we need to make sure we make a profit on this. And I'm like, And then it will be like, you know, compromising my morals for stuff. And I'll be like, what if I don't agree? But if I don't agree with something, then the rest of the world is going to see us like this and that. I ain't dealing with that stress in my life. I'm not ready for this. I just want to be a turtle just flopping around. Like, I don't need that stress, okay? But just use VTuber model when talking to the country. Can you imagine the next prime minister is a VTuber because they're too shy to talk to the people? I mean, just the fact that they got elected in the first place would be quite interesting, like as to how people would deal with that. But yeah, I don't know about that. The first VTuber president prime minister. I think it would be quite the thing if it did. Like the episode of Meta. Oh, thank you for the help. Like that episode of Metalocalypse, we're going to print more money. Why did no one think of this before? Yeah, and then all our problems will be solved. I will not need to go to work ever again. I will just be, you know, printing my money when I need to go buy some milk. You know, it's all good. VTuber world leaders, let's go. I mean, you know, we still have the hashtag, the VTuber takeover. It's happening. It's happening. We're becoming mainstream now, and we will be popular, and we will rule the world. Do not be scared. We got it under control. We never get into drama, and we're never emotional. So clearly, we're the best group to take care of real important world affairs. We don't cancel anybody. We don't get in drama. Ain't nobody writing any tweet longers about anybody, because VTubers are the best, and as such, we will rule the world. Clearly. Okay, I have I have a wonder. And I feel bad, but I want to test something. So if you guys don't mind, I saw a new button while I was streaming. And I've never used it and I don't know how it works. So it's a great time to test it. So for YouTube people, I have a button that tells me that I can insert an ad. And I don't know what that does. And I want to know, do ads show up for people? Actually, I know the answer. So everybody gets ads on YouTube except for people that have YouTube Premium, right? So it doesn't really matter if you're subbed or not. Huh. Even though, I mean, it never really mattered on Twitch because even people that were subbed were getting ads. But I was like, does it work? Does it not work? And if you get an ad, what I want to know is, do you get a skippable ad? Does it does it prevent you from watching the stream? Does it do anything to you? Actually, I'm actually curious. Okay, hold on one sec. Okay, I'm waiting because I just want to know, is it gonna be skippable? Is it gonna be detrimental to the stream? Like you can't watch the stream? Is it gonna be on the side? Like I have questions. I wonder how it looks on a YouTube stream. I'm just very curious about it. And like OBS had an update and just added what do you call it? Open you and unsub. Okay, let's try it and let me know what happens because I just wonder what it is. Ad inserted. Learn more. I don't know if it did anything happen. Nothing happened on my end. All right, well, it does nothing. Well, that's good to know, but I'm like, where? Mid-roll ad. Okay, let's YouTube insert mid-rolls. Choose how ads appear. No. I have no idea. Well, we now tried it, and we know that nothing happened. So that's good to know. Well, I mean, the curiosity was having the best out of me, so I had to do it. I didn't get ads before though. Was able to skip them. Okay, good. I didn't choose to have any ads that shows on my channel. I want them. I mean, when I'm live, at least, I want them to be skippable. I don't want anything that cannot be skipped. To serve when YouTube detects an ideal break position. I guess if I do that, YouTube will choose when to have an ad. Okay, well, today we learned that I don't know how YouTube works. Let's go. Well, thank you for being here for the test out here. Had to try it. Oh, no worries, Philip. Thank you for being there. I really appreciate you. Please have a good night and take care of yourself. Wow, I see how it is, Aster. You want to see if there's gonna be ads? Are they watching me prepping to do ads when I actually shut up? Like, I ain't gonna shut up for 3 minutes. It's impossible for me. I can't. I need to talk. I need to express myself every day, all day, okay? I'm on premium. I'm not proud of that fact. I mean, honestly, I feel like YouTube has become so aggressive with the ads that I'm not even finding my heart to judge people that do. I will admit that I have it, but wait a second, I ain't paying for it. I am blessed enough that I am on someone's family plan, so I'm not paying for it. So you know, I can appreciate the feature that it gives you. Like, I mean, I'm watching YouTube every day, all day while I'm working and stuff like that, so I do like being able to like easily minimize it. Before I was on it, I have a Samsung phone, so I was able to like, you know, have a split screen. So I had like half of my screen would be YouTube, half of my screen would be Discord or whatever, Twitter, whatever I wanted. But it was still kind of annoying because I couldn't do anything else on my phone at that point. But now being able to have the minimize window just anywhere you go, I have to admit it's really nice being able to have a queue because yeah, I never know what I'm gonna watch, but I see, oh, I want that, and I add a queue on my phone and I just go on for hours. I will admit that I do appreciate the convenience of it all, I guess. I just use ad blocking plugins. Yeah, and I know that YouTube is currently fighting with the ad blockers because like it's like my sister started seeing the thing. Oh, I see you're using an ad block. You can't watch, and she was getting tired. And she's like, I guess it's my time to like abandon YouTube. But anyways, there's not that many interesting things to watch anymore. So she pays for Spotify. So I would imagine she can listen to her podcast and stuff over there instead. You know. I've been on Premium for 6 years. You're a real OG. I am one of the earliest Premium adopters. They gave me a free Google Home for it. I mean, you get good prizes for it. I don't want a Google Home because I'm paranoid. I don't want anything in my house that's actively listening to me. I'm not there yet. I'm not talking to my watch. I'm not talking to things in my house. I don't want it. It's scary. I just don't want that around me, you know? And then about a few days ago, an Advocate site updated and won that fight. Yeah, I know that there's a constant fight going on right now. So I mean, it's interesting. I've seen like people making videos about the fight right now. I'm like, okay, it's a like quote unquote silent fight, but it's entertaining to watch, you know. I keep asking for new websites for videos and art, and then I realize that the website I want is just Newgrounds. What is that? I'm not aware of that one. I'm jealous. There's so many things I love on YouTube. Yeah, I watch too many 6-hour video essays about video games I'll never play. Yeah, that's the good thing about YouTube. There's something for everybody and you can just spend hours. Most of the time, like I get my weekly phone, oh, how much time you spent on your phone? Even though, I mean, my phone is mostly closed when I'm listening to YouTube. But which is also a feature of YouTube Premium. You can actually just shut down your screen and keep listening. I do appreciate that. But what was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. But I do love the features. I haven't used it in over a year. I'm not too young for Newgrounds. What do you mean? I'm not a youngin'. I'm a wise turtle, okay? It doesn't mean that I'm too young if I haven't played that. I haven't used it. I've used Miniclip, okay? I'm an OG Club Penguin player, okay? You don't play with my cred like that, okay? Newgrounds was really big in the early 2000s for Flash animations. It's still around, but it's very niche. I see. Yeah, Miniclip was my life. I used to play that. What was the game? It was a shooter game. He looked like Rambo, but he wasn't Rambo. And it was like the first version and the like third version, but there was no second one. Miniclip. Let me look for this. This is my childhood right there. Miniclip Ellie something. Ellie Attack. Heli Attack was the game. And you know, my sister and I, we wanted to play together. So what we did is we would switch places. So it was pretty much you're a dude on the ground and you're fighting helicopters because that's what you do. So you can have like, you know, different weapons for it. Like you start with a gun, but then they drop stuff, they drop health, they drop stuff like that. So you would like move with like AWASD and then you would like aim the shooter, everything with your mouse. So we would split it. So one of us was doing the movement, one of us was doing the shooting. That's how we managed to have a great time growing up playing that game. I miss Miniclip. Miniclip was great. It was the best thing. Now I want to play Ellie Attack. I guess there was a second one. We just never played it. But I never actually got into Club Penguin. I never got in it like fully. Like I was playing it not that long before it got like nuked and stuff, but I remember like I wanted to play more, but like I if I remember well, you needed to pay for some stuff, and like the concept of paying money for games was not a thing in my house. So it was like, you know, I looked at all the people that had the cool stuff, but I didn't, you know. Bloons was my favorite game on Miniclip. I should try the Steam version. Oh, it was on Miniclip to begin with. Oh my god, I haven't played that in forever. That's one of the first games I played when I moved to YouTube. I should get back into it. So many things I want to get back into. See, I don't have time. Next week I want to play some Mario Kart. I want to play so many things, and I'm like, only 3 days. I need to choose wisely what I'm gonna spend my time on, and it's hard out here. Okay, like it's hard. Anyways, any of y'all played Insaniquarium? No, I have not. That although I have not, it brought back some like childhood memories of games right now, and I don't know. I feel nostalgic. Where like you had to be a fish and save your friends, and it was amazing. Because I don't remember what the point of the game was, but it was great. Yeah, Infinite Aquarium was amazing. Well, you can bond on that for sure. Miniclip games were amazing. I remember one of my favorite games was a snowball fight game. It was so much fun. I loved it. It was great. But for some reason, back in the day, as a kid, I did not have motion sickness. So I could play that all the time. It was great. But I think maybe when I was like in the beginning of my teenage years is when I started getting motion sick from it. So I was like, oh, I remember playing this as a kid. And I would go back and then be like, oh God, I'm getting sick playing this right now. And it was a tragic moment of my life that I will never forget because I loved playing these. Inside Aquarium came out on Steam and I cried. Oh, it's on Steam. Like, I wish like most games from Miniclip would come out on Steam so we could all enjoy them together and be like, oh my God, childhood game day. You know, we should have like retro game streams, or like, you know, you tell me what your favorite game was and we try to find it and we just have like days on stream when we play that. That would be a lot of fun for sure. But yeah. That being said, I've been rambling on for quite a while. I think I should probably end stream so I'm not too tired tomorrow. Why is it always already 9:20? Like, when did that happen? I don't think Inside Aquarium was a Miniclip though. I think it was like Windows 2000 game. I mean, close enough. Same vibe right there, you know. But yeah. Yep, you need to, wow, so rude. So rude. See, Aster? See? Let me educate you on that, just so you can understand. You see that right there, what you just said? That's why you got no friends. That's why we could observe everybody making friends, including me, making 2 friends yesterday. And you got none. That says a lot about you. I'm just putting it out there. I just think you need to like spend some time and reflect on that, you know? Yeah. Anyways, do you need a shut up though? I don't know. Wow, you should qualify. What? You should qualify that? What do you mean? Like with that freaking heart, like you did it. Well, I will cancel you then. You should have said no friends. No, I did that on purpose. This is highly clippable. Wow, you're gonna like slander me and make up new things? All right, I'm ready for that fight. I'm ready to throw all the hands you're trying to throw my way, okay? It's not happening like this, okay? My God, Aster always ready to create trouble out here. Anyways, that being said, thank you so much for the stream today. It's been a lot of fun. You guys are amazing. Thank you for listening to my rambling. Also, it was mean. You told me to shut up. Don't come at me feeling some type of way because I'm mean out here, okay? Getting canceled is really good for small creators. Probably a good cure move. I mean, it is, not gonna lie. We've seen that happen quite a few times. You get canceled, you get clout, okay? Tell you to shut up. I thought you never showed up. As if that was any better. Thank you for being here, Elle. Anyways, well, ignore that. Anyway, see you for movie night. Watching a silent voice tomorrow. Koi no katachi. It should be a great depressing time for everybody involved. Hopefully. On the Twitch side, I just noticed our bestie, great, amazing Neff is streaming, so we're gonna raid her and then we're end on YouTube. Wow, you're getting so mean, Aster. Wow. Yeah, watch Pluto. Yes, I took notes of the things you told me, so I will make up a list and choose what I'm watching. You guys stay safe, stay lovely. Remember, I appreciate you all, and I'll see you in the next one. And Aster, you're absolutely mean, and yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. Nobody can help you in your quest of being less mean, clearly, okay? Anyways, have a good night. Bye-bye.